Hi, Shannon Vogel here, founder of Reach Social, and we're here today on FCW Live Social Corner to talk social media. So I like to keep you up to date on what all of the industry newsletters for social media say, so that you don't have to read them. I can just tell you all the answers. This particular topic I like to report on every year, and that is one of the questions that I get asked the most, which is what time should I post? So I'm going to tell you the answer of what this company, Sprout Social, what they have gathered over nearly 2 billion engagements across 307,000 social profiles. I'm going to tell you what they say, and then I'm going to tell you to think differently about the flooring industry. So what they're saying is overall, the best time to post on social media is midday to late afternoon between 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. The best days to post on social media are Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and that consistently shows the highest peak of engagement across almost all platforms. They're saying that the worst day to post on social media is on Sunday, yielding the lowest engagement across the board. And again, this is based on a tremendous amount of information and data that they have gathered. But like most things, when you look at marketing data and statistics, a lot of it doesn't apply to our industry. So I want you to think about when your ideal user is using social media. So I like to remind you of my same old story of I am your target demographic. I'm 50 years old. I love my home. I can afford to do things in my home. And I've got a very full and productive life, which means I don't have a lot of time to sit around and waste my time, right? So if I'm on social media and I'm scrolling through when I get finished with work at night and I'm sitting on the couch, I've got my feet up on the coffee table, got my iPad in my hand, my glass of wine in my other hand, and I'm scrolling through to see who went out to dinner, who had a baby, and who ate a grilled cheese sandwich. Your message is going to be very gently inserted into that mindset that I'm in, right? So on a weeknight, that is the time that I want you to show me beautiful, inspiring room scenes and things that are like no brain cells. Like, I don't want to hear about wear layers and mills and all of those things. I just want to see something pretty. So that's one thing I want you to think about. Then I want you to think about, say it is Saturday morning and I get up and I've got my cup of coffee in my hand and nobody's bothering me. It's my me time. And then I get on social media, who went out to dinner, who had a baby, who had a grilled cheese sandwich. And then I see your message very gently pop up. Maybe you're reminding me that you're open on Saturday. And I'm like, oh, I've got nothing to do today. And I saw that really pretty picture the other week. This got me inspired. So maybe I'll jump in the car and that's what I'll do on Saturday. For Sundays, again, I'm in a mindset where I've now relaxed on Saturday. Maybe I've been to a showroom, maybe I've driven around and done things for my home. And here it is Sunday, where again, I'm in my me time and I absolutely want to see something that is not trying to punch me in the face, it's not trying to sell me something, but is telling me either a service that you provide or a way that I can trust you or a review that's going to make me think about you one more time when I'm in that mental mindset and the buying process. So I want you to think about that for the flooring industry. And then I want you to also think, as a general rule, when people are at work, especially right now, people are not okay. And people are looking for distractions and they are keeping themselves busy by being on social media. So let's say you're at work and you've got a meeting at 1 o'clock. Well, what are you doing from 12:50 to 1 o'clock? You're scrolling on the socials. So a good general rule across the board, as long as I've been doing this, is 10 minutes till the top of the hour. Another thing I'll tell you is that late afternoon, anytime after lunch is good to go because people have checked out and they're on their phones and they're doing other things. So really at lunchtime is okay because people are scrolling their phones at lunch. And after lunch is a good time because people, like I said, have checked out and they're thinking about, the weekend or at home or what they're going to do with their family. So I would encourage you to listen to these things with just let them pass through your brain. Think about your customer. Think about the area that you live in, what's going on in your area. Post at the times that you think make sense for your customer, and then watch your insights. So pay attention to the data and see what the data says. If the data says consistently that you should be posting on Sunday morning, then don't listen to Sprout Social and post on Sunday morning. But if you want to take their advice and try it, test it, and see what works for you, and then proceed accordingly. And as always, things change quickly in social media. So just because that's what's right for you today doesn't mean that's what's right for behavior in the next couple of weeks. The last thing I'll tell you is the social media software that we use to pre-schedule all of the content It's called Loomly, Loomly, and it tells you now the best date and time for each platform for your customer based on your followers and their history. So that's just a great way to know exactly when a good time to post is. So keep these things in mind and test, and then look at your data and make changes accordingly. I hope this information helps, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.